Now, week 4 is when we do our economic power week. If y'all remember, this is going to be the 23rd through the 30th. Hello. Oh, I was like, listen, I got goosebumps running up and down my arm. So I'm super excited. Okay, week 4. This is economic power week, if you remember. Oh, now I'm understanding the other cards. So week 4, economic power week. Uh, Here we go. So, exposure. The King of Cups is exposed. Okay? King of Cups is exposed. We're going to see how we got manipulated. He's going to be so moody that he might cause a health crisis. Um, Now, the emotional detachment, I honestly got that was us, which is weird. It's like, we don't care if you fall. Emotional damage. Like, we just don't care. That kind of felt like us for a second. I'm trying to tap into what that really is. Yeah, but the 21st is also the date that we got yesterday when we did our channeling. When we did our channeling, that things are going to turn. So, this card here says, you are the master of your emotions. Sometimes taking decision by heart can lead to consequences. We're going to get these consequences. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so again, with us, um, we just going to be good. We're going to be good. There's some emotional maturity here. We got that already going through our reading that we had before. But we also got here that it feels like this is, we're not taking your bullshit no more. This is like, no, we're done. And you see him in his gold thing, right? You see him in that gold. But baby, you're done. You're done. Yeah, this is economic power week. That's why I'm calling it that way. So these are going to be the people who have been manipulating us. You know, that's going to be the corporations. That's going to be the Congress. That's going to be so many people. So these people who thought they were the kings of us, these people who thought they were over us, these people who thought they were any better than us because of whatever they got, they're one going to be exposed because, like I said, we're going to get the truth, sort of truth. So they're going to be exposed. And two, this is Economic Power Week. Hey, Venus, I'm asking y'all, and I'm telling y'all, literally stick to your guns this week. Emotional damage. Because these corporations, especially, and think about the fact that they've been shilling out money all year to this man. So guess what they really do need? They need us to show up and splurge and, go lavish and whatever. But how we gonna do that if we gotta pay for food? Everybody has to pay for food. You know what I mean? Like, how are we gonna do that if we have to save money for these double, triple insurance things? Do you think we really are gonna go buy another big screen TV? Probably not. Like I said, this is like, on one hand, us withholding our dollars is emotional damage. It's emotional manipulation because we're not going to let you manipulate us anymore, right? So if we stick to our guns and turn Economic Power Week, Black Friday week into Blackout Friday week, then that means their books do not get balanced. Their books do not go in the black. Only shop small people, not small people, small businesses. Only shop small businesses, local mom and pop shops, people who are definitely not giving him millions of dollars. You know what I mean? So it's not saying that you can't buy stuff, because some of us do have shopping habits. We do have that. You can't, okay? Um, but don't buy from them who are counting on that week to fix their books. It's called Black Friday because it gets them back in the black when they run in the red all week. And I will say, if you know that you got like that you are going to do Thanksgiving or whatever, Aldi's, for instance, is not a fan of his, and Aldi's has a Thanksgiving dinner for $40 right now. So you can go ahead and get that and put it in your freezer and get ready. Yeah, there are family restaurants that can do catering. Like, put your money where your mouth is, basically, right? So we can play the game too, is the point. We can play the game too. We can do emotional damage to them as well because they're counting on us buying things. And let me tell you, they were butt ass hurt during Prime week, and during Walmart had their week at the same time as Prime. Yes, local farms, food. What do you call them things? Food markets, fresh market, farm markets. I don't know, something like that. Um, get things secondhand. Like hit up. What do you call those things? Garage sales and stuff like that. Like some of those things be really really good. Oh yeah. That's another thing too, and that's a good way to meet your community is through garage sales. Anyway, oh shit, we got another wand. Okay, so we got the two wands, right? This isn't us. This isn't us. This isn't us. This isn't us. Okay, this isn't us. Look at these words. Ah, man. I retired during the pandemic. September 11th, 2020 was my last year teaching. Um, Indecision, lack of progress, failed partnership, lack of confidence. This isn't us. This isn't us. Oh, look, they're red. This definitely isn't us. I think we're going to they're going to have a come to Jesus moment, like the real Jesus. They're going to have a real come to Jesus moment. Yeah. Uh, uh, I mean, it is good hearing that I had an impact on them from some of them. To get a little heavy for a second, like I said, I've had a really, really, really hard 3 years. Um, like it even included an eviction because a car I bought turned out to be a lemon, and then it was hard to get any recompense. I got stuck out of town for 5 months, not 5 months, 5 weeks. Lost job opportunities. It's been really bad, and it ended up with me losing everything in the storage. And I literally had a death date. I was going to leave on July 25th, 2024. I was done. I was like, listen, God, I'll just try it again. I'll start over. I'll just try it again. You know? And I literally heard him say, give me 6 months. I was like, give you 6 months for what? Like, give me 6 months. All right, I'm gonna give you 6 months. It was wild. But no, I was out. And then what ended up happening is I heard about Project 2025 like the day before or whatever. And I went, oh, hell no. I'm not leaving my kids to this. I didn't want, like one thing is like, I didn't want to be the source of the trauma, but I'm tired. But then it was like, when I saw Project 2025, I was like, bitch, nah. So I went to the DMV. I got registered. I got my license for Florida because I had to move out of Georgia because of the eviction. I went and got my license. I registered to vote that day, and then I signed up to be a poll worker. I was like, we're going to figure this shit out. Like, Project 2025 was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. So I hate when people say she lost. She didn't. She didn't lose. We lost. you know, she didn't actually lose. She didn't lose. She had the most money raised in the shortest amount of time. The energy was insane. People started breathing again. She didn't lose. We lost. We lost. Um, and it's okay because when I checked with God on that, oh, and that's what happened. Within the 6 months, I went viral because I did a prayer, not a prayer. I did a video on this page. It's on my pen post where I was like, a week after the election, I went, I'm so mad at God. And next thing you know, my phone was lighting up. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do this video and I'm going to post it. And I didn't really post it for people. I just posted it because I did the video. Like, for me. Like, did she do something today? I saw something yesterday. Oh, I didn't look in her post section. I'm going to say this for those of you who are scared to get on here and do videos. I need to do this too. But I heard a video. I watched a video, and I think it was Sean. No, it was somebody. Somebody did a speech at a YouTube thing, and in the speech, this is what they said, and this is, I want you to hear this, right? You see how we love looking through photos, right? We love looking through photographs. We love looking at old videos, right? There's a creator on here that I follow now that his grandmother was taping things in the 60s. Um, and she was a black woman in the 60s. So we like got to see the 60s, and it was in color, not black and white. Really bad color, but whatever. And so you're watching these videos of these places, and it's real. And it's his grandmother. So he's seeing his grandmother as a young girl. He's hearing her voice. He's getting to know her through the videos, as well as she's alive, right? She's an older woman. She's alive. And he's getting that from her. And so this person who was speaking, he said, I wish I had videos of my grandfather. People keep telling me I'm like him. I wish I could see that. Not just in pictures, but uh okay. Libby just posted something else. It just came up. What was the question? Anyway, so he talked about that, and then he said, this is why you need to be making videos. Not to be going viral. Not to, not for anything else but your future generation. Oh, we had a lot to learn, Zeke. We had a lot to learn. Because, people used to gaslight black people about racism. They're like, oh, you're playing the R card. You're playing that card. You're playing that card. And now they're the ones going, that was racist. I was like, was it? Like, we're the ones going, I'm not sure if it was, but, it's kind of, it's heartening. It's validating. But it's like, damn, y'all are too late, right? Hopefully not too late, but whatever. So anyway, but he was saying, the videos are basically the capsules for your future generation, if we're lucky, y'all, because we have such a society so bad that our kids might not have kids. So then we might not get the joy of being a grandparent or anything else. So honestly, these videos I leave for if I ever have grandchildren, or if my kids ever get past the fact that I'm their parent and they can look back at it. Exactly, they're video time capsules. And like, even when you lose your account, your stuff is still out there, so your kids will still be able to find it. You know what I mean? Like, I've lost a few TikTok accounts and stuff, and I can't get back into them, but I could search up those handles, and I'm like, oh, like this one is called Girl Use Your Voice Too, because I got locked out of Girl Use Your Voice. Then I had another one, like, So anyway, so the whole point of that is like, start doing the videos, because they are and you can save them to discs and everything, or whatever. You can save them to drives or whatever, because your future is going to be able to look through these things. Or even you'll be able to look through these things. Like, I see some videos of things that I said before, and I'm like, damn, girl, you smart as hell. Let's make a book about that. So, like, some of the stuff that I've done, I'm going back and turning it into content. I'm turning it into books, or turning it into things that could actually help people now. As I started earlier, if you had a business that did not take off or didn't fail, it was just because you were probably early. I was early. Everybody was chasing money, and I was against that. I was about rebuilding the person. And now people are talking about, oh, we got to work on ourselves. I'm like, you ready? You know what I mean? Like, I was early. And being a pioneer is hard, but it's worth the work. So anyway, this is them. So us. And it's funny because this is the reading all the way through. It's for us to be making these partnerships, to be making progress. Progress has been in every week of our readings. Okay. And then the decision making, because what we're going to have to decide is what's forward. And oh my God. And then we had the other partnership card yesterday, where I told you during the channel, I saw Obama and Hillary actually getting together. Remember, they strategized the Osama bin Laden thing. And it was like, they're going to be part of the strategy of the coalition that will be put together to lead this country temporarily as we reassess what's what. So this is the other thing. And we're looking out and holding the world in our own hands. But wands, again, are about creativity. So we, on this side, the deconstructive people, the people who are now ready to move forward, we have to go, what are we building? What's next? These people are, they're going through the deconstruction moment. But also, if we're talking about this government that's falling, the people who are falling, um, their partnerships, I'm telling you, after week 3, everything, like, there's going to be snitches. There's going to be so many snitches. I just heard that. There's going to be so many snitches, bro. So many snitches coming out. Look. Oh, God, I'm so loud for 2 in the morning. Look. Look what just came up. Baby. Y'all remember what was in week 3? These aces. Look what's in week 4. Schmack, girl. Okay? And look, values, votes, monies. And we're going to be gifted it. Like, here, I said it right. Now let's do right by it. Okay? So once again, new beginnings. Once again, well, here, the things that we've been manifesting, the things we've been working on, the opportunities, all these words are repeating. What new financial opportunity? This is more than finances. This is about what we value. So we got to put that on paper. This is also about these things. She did? Oh, good. So the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Success and prosperity lies ahead. Y'all, look. Okay. So big girl, she's here. This is us, right? So again, the whole month has been about laying them seeds, tending your garden, working on yourself, understanding what you want, letting go of your expectations of other people, turning your back on them for now, you know, until they become better people, or if just not in this lifetime. Okay, being okay with walking away, etc., 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 because it's gonna pay off. I told you it's gonna pay off. It is going to pay. Oh, look, 4 of Cups, right? 4 of Cups. Is it time to consider new possibilities? So again, introspection. This is where I feel like this is where they're going to be, right? Is Mr. Grumpy Pants. All right. So this is part of their thing, and it says happiness is not something ready-made. It's going to come from your own actions, right? 4 of Cups. Is it time to consider new possibilities? So again, introspection. This is where I feel like this is where they're going to be, right? Is Mr. Grumpy Pants. All right, so this is part of their thing. And it says happiness is not something ready-made. It's going to come from your own actions. And honestly, that has been the reading for this whole week. The reading from this whole week is stop paying attention to all the shit they're doing. Don't take your eyes off of it, but stop paying attention to all the shit they're doing, right? Stop letting it affect what you do. It's more of that, right? Keep your eye on it, but stop letting it stop you. But also, you don't have to accept what they're trying to give you. You don't have to accept it anymore. You get to say, nah, that's not how we're doing. That's not what we're doing, right? These double readings are so hard. It's like trying to keep this thing in focus. Okay, so, but you do have people who are going to turn around. And then you have people who never will. And that's okay, right? Because even after World War II, there were people who went and visited Adolf's parents' homes and laid flowers for them for a while. So, like, you'll never convert everybody, and we need to not even think about trying to do that, right? So that's definitely one of those things there. And again, if we're looking at ourselves here, these are new opportunities for us, right? So we need to be living in our gratitude. We're going to be replenished. We're going to be hopeful. We're still going to need therapy. Everybody is still going to need some kind of therapy. Our therapists are going to need therapy. You know, everybody's going to need therapy. The PTSD is real. Exactly. Observe, don't absorb. Okay. So I need y'all to understand that this is where we are. For those of us who do not have to deconstruct anymore, we need to be constructing. We need to be building. We need to be looking forward to the future. We need to be setting the grounds of what a future is going to be. We need to be doing that. That's what our job, right? Because this is what's going to happen to them. Okay? Honesty. 7 of Swords. Honesty. Okay? So they're going to be facing consequences. They're going to be having to come clean. They're going to have to release their guilt. We also have to release our guilt. Okay? Um, and we do have to give people space to do that. But these are the things that they carry. We don't have to worry about that. That's for them to go through, because deconstructing processes are hard and they're long. Mine took 4 years or longer, you know? So we have to remember this. You must use intellect to outwit your opponents, okay? So must also be aware of dishonesty and betrayal. So no purple revolution shit, okay? What situation or people in my life require me to be cunning and strategic while also remaining vigilant and deceit? The other thing that just came up for me here is don't just be like, okay, welcome back into the fold, welcome back, we forgive you. No, the fuck I'm not God. I ain't gotta forgive nobody. I gotta forgive myself. I ain't gotta forgive you. That's for you to carry up to Jesus or whoever. Like, I don't have to forgive you. I could just cut you off. Okay? So, listen, humble is beyond the word. So, employ your strategy. People like, I'm sorry, but are you really? Are you really? What do you think about Palestine? What do you think about is illegal immigration a real thing? Like, ask test questions, use discernment, see how they answer things. Okay, close the door. Like, people need to experience the loss of you. And I'm going to say that for real, because that just delivered. People need to experience the loss of you. They need to experience the loss of you. You don't just get to open your arms back and say, hurt me again. Don't be a sadomasochist. Okay? People have to experience the loss of you. They can be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sad. Okay, we're still not friends. I literally had people reaching out to me like, oh my God, you blocked me. And I did not grace them with a response because you knew why I blocked you, right? I had somebody who literally told me Palestine was more important than our Constitution. And she just cannot vote for Kamala. I said, what? It was more important than our Constitution. Because I had responded, like, we need to save our Constitution first. Let's get the right person in office that we can hold to the fire, like somebody we can work with. Now, Palestine is more important than our Constitution. Well, guess what? We lost both. You know what I mean? Like, we literally lost both. They are literally planning the resort as we speak. Jared Kushner's there. You know what I mean? The American government has put 200 soldiers in Israel to guard Gaza from the Palestinians. We lost both because we lost the Constitution. So again, we gotta be strategic. I can't let people back in. I'm sorry. Like, when push came to shove, you showed me your ass. Guess what? I'm showing you the door, and the door is locked. The key is changed. There is no coming back. Maybe next lifetime we'll talk. I'm done. Like, listen, when you get to a certain age, you stop giving people second, third, fourth, fifth chances. Like, you just do. Okay, so that week is amazing. So when the shit starts falling down, you have to think about, where do I want to go from here, and where can we go from here as a community? But some of these relationships are gone, baby. We definitely have to address the fact that we are really an Israel not country. We do. They've been in our business since the 80s, the 90s. Okay. And then there are OG Repubs. But here's the problem about those OGs. They never said shit. See, I'm honestly a moderate, right? I'm a centrist or whatever people say. I just lean left because I believe everybody has rights. So I lean left. I am not a leftist. I'm not an extremist. I'm not all the way over there because I don't believe billionaires are inherently evil. Like they're literally just human beings. I believe certain people are inherently evil. I believe money magnifies your own character. That's the truth. But I don't believe being a billionaire makes you inherently evil, especially when there are billionaires who are actually out here trying to do shit. Like Mark Cuban and stuff. Like he created the pharmacy to help people get more affordable medicine. Like those kinds of things. There are people who are doing something with their money. You know what I mean? Like we just talked about Christian Bale yesterday, who is creating a community to keep foster children together. There are people who would use their money and like during Christmas, they would pay for everybody's layaways, so that they could have a good Christmas and not stress and worry about so money magnifies character. So the people who are evil were always going to be. They could be think about it. Because corporations are just micro governments. Like when you really look at it, a corporation is a micro government. C-suite is basically Congress. You know what I mean? So corporations are micro governments. And so you got these managers who are making maybe twice what you're making, maybe $10,000-$20,000 more than you're making. And they're absolute assholes. They're just thousandaires. Guess what they would be if they were billionaires? Okay. And then you got the mom who is making $40,000 or $45,000, and she gives to charity or she helps clothe people in her community the whole time. Guess what she would do if she had billions of dollars? You get what I'm saying? Like we gotta stop being scared of money and stop telling us these dumbass stories, and myself included. I was like, even though I didn't believe the stories, I still allowed them to shape my belief, if that makes sense. So like growing up, I always heard writers are broke, or artists are always broke, or, any artist, they're broke. And so we lived that story. And then I got in a group called 50 books, 20 books to 50K or something like that. And I'm watching all these authors and they're sharing their KDP sites and stuff. And I'm like, you made $100,000 from books? Wait, you made $1 million from books? I never even heard of you before. You're not even traditionally published. And so I started learning, guess what? Those were lies. So this was the higher self message that came out. And so this was, I forgot how I called it, how I said it, or how I received it, is that this is the higher self message. So this is overall, I guess. And that's interesting because, oh yes, I get music a lot. I feel like I'm Bumblebee. Because it'd be like, wait, why am I hearing this song? And then I look up the lyrics, I'm like, girl, this pertains to you. Anyway, so it says, your dreams are never further than you can reach. And what's really interesting is this literally is thematically over the entire reading. Because remember, we were talking about your dreams. And so this is like literally it. Your dreams are never farther than you can reach. So America, you really can be the American dream if you actually let it happen, if you actually reach for it to happen. And so these are my girls. My girls came out for this card, for this reading. And they're going to put the period on this reading. These are the ones that I do for the paid personal readings, the only ones I do for the paid personal readings, because I love them. I love them. I love them. They talk to me as if the answers are stepped off the page. I love them, right? I love them. They're the first Oracle cards I bought because I was looking for cards that can tell a story, because I'm a storyteller. Duh, can't you tell? But anyway, look at this. This is one of my favorite cards because to me this is community, but it's also believing in your own magic, and it's also like being self-confident, and it's also like so many other things, right? And then water is spirituality. Like I used to have dreams about walking underwater and being able to breathe. And when I would like look it up in a dream dictionary, I'm like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And it's like being able to breathe underwater means that you're a spiritually gifted person. And I was like, oh, final countdown. That's what I was thinking that yesterday, Amy. I was like, oh my God, we're coming to the end. Um, So anyway, so I absolutely love these cards. So you see that, and then it's like gold and it's flowing, and so that's what it actually the words are. It's Oshun overflows, right? And so Oshun is like African goddess, and so it says generosity, wealth, auspicious blessings, which is very interesting because how did we end this reading with this? And what does that say? New beginnings, material prosperity, abundance, manifestation. Look, so these are talking to each other and they're saying that this is the, ooh, goosebumps. They're saying this is the truth. This is where we're headed to. This is where we're going. And this is only for the people who are deconstructed and working towards constructing, working towards putting something together. Our East Wing got torn down. Okay. The asbestos and all that stuff got let free. I don't mean just the White House. I mean our lives. All right. So now what are we going to build in place? Not some gaudy ballroom, but something else, something auspicious, something that helps people, something that builds. And I'm going to tell you, part of that wealth is going to be in community. If you notice, it's not by itself. And it's also about believing in your own magic, because they remind me of the mermaids, the African mermaids. And we never ever hear about African mermaids. I mean, we do in my friend's book. She has this amazing series called Goldsboro. What is it called? And I say my friend, she's a teacher that I used to work with when I first moved to Georgia. Actually, she was my second year that I was in Georgia. And she and I like really developed a love of talking about books. But then like I started hearing about her stories and again, comparison is a thief of joy. This lady wrote 10 books since 2017. And I'm like, I haven't finished one fictional book. I've published 20 other books in the last 3 years, but I have not written my fictional books that I've started in 2005. Okay, so she has, what is the series called? I think it's just called Goldsboro. Oh yeah, it's called a Goldsboro novel, and they're so good. But again, she's a person with limited money stories. So, as somebody with, I don't even know, her one series has 6 books. This series has 5 books. Then she published 3 other books. So where are we at? 14 books? And she's afraid to leave teaching. Her books would be easy to market, but she's afraid to even market them right. And I'm telling her how to do it. Listen, I'm pretty genius at marketing for other people, not me. Because again, it's my baby. So y'all hear me. So this is, oh, why does that 4 stand out? That's interesting. Why does the 4, why did you just trigger the 4? I don't know why you triggered the 4. What's the other number? Why did you trigger the 4? I'm not gonna do that right now. Why did you trigger the 4? It's weird because I'm asking this question and now all I hear is Final Countdown with it. So I'm like, wait, do those go together? I'm serious. I'm like, do those go together? Is it 4 weeks? Anyway, and then this was the other card. This is Oshun of Mercy. I know. I gotta work on this. I do. I really do. But look, it says compassion, forgiveness, and empathy. I gotta work on this. I do. And it's really not even about just pouring into your own cup. It's like adding more of your essence, your light into this world. If you notice, and I never have noticed this until now, she has all these planets with her and it's in the water. Again, it's another water card. All these cards are not water cards. So again, this is going to be talking about the spirituality. This is going to be talking about purpose, but it's also, okay, I'm hearing equality because if you notice, all the planets are there. It doesn't matter. Is this the galactic health? It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Yeah. So the 26th is in the 4th week. I don't want to like just make leaps and jumps, but I feel like this is saying something that I'm not hearing clearly. Oh, welcome. Hey, sunshine girl. Oh, this is the divine feminine stuff too. This, oh, she's. It feels like she's taking care of all of us. Oh God, I gotta sit with that a little bit. It feels like it's taking care of all of us. What do we? What do you mean? What do you mean? All right, so November looks weird. No, November looks great. This is going to be a lot of editing for me to take out all the extra bits to pull out November itself. But November looks really good. That third week is going to be a shift that we love. Um, but in the meantime, while the dumpster fire is going around you, start figuring out your own life. And I actually want to take that back, what I just said. Not figure out, start listening. Start tapping in and tuning into your own intuition, your own spirituality. Get silence or go for a walk. If you're a person who can meditate still, meditate still. If you're a person who needs to meditate with movement, go for a walk. And put away all the distracting devices. Just listen and walk and see what you receive. But also, I do feel like a lot of you have been telling you that you can't, telling yourself that you can't do something, or it's not the thing to do, or etc. I want to tell you, now's the time. Period. Period.